What's going on, everybody? It's David here, and today I would like to welcome you to episode 2, season 2 of Today in CrossFit. Now, originally this series is called Today in CrossFit, but with the CrossFit Games taking place, I thought it was only appropriate to do Today in CrossFit to give you guys a quick, brief update on what you need to know going into. I thought it was only appropriate to give you guys a quick, brief update on what's going on in the world of CrossFit for that day's CrossFit events. Now, today has been quite the day with a number of athletes suffering a number of different issues. Now, I'm not sure what's more impressive, the fact that guys were clean and jerking 345 pounds, or the fact that Emily Bridgers ended her CrossFit Games career a little too early by breaking her ankle in the Battlegrounds event. I think either way, today had definitely had its ups and downs in terms of event changes, leaderboard changes. We got to see a really great show of strength as well as endurance. It was just an all-out battle to see who was going to take the top spot at the end of the day. The first event that we had today was Battlegrounds, which was a sled drag with Rescue Randy, as well as rope climbs, an obstacle course race, and then a repeat of the rope climbs, Rescue Randy drag, and that finished the race. Now, I'm going to be quite honest with you guys, this event really wasn't an event that I found very interesting much at all. As far as standings go, Cole Sager took first, Matthew Fraser took second, and Lucas Hoberg took third. Now, this is pretty impressive because I really didn't think that this would be a event that Matt Fraser would actually do particularly well in. But again, I think this just goes to testament to how much work he's been putting in on improving his weaknesses, improving his cardiovascular system. He's just an amazing athlete to be able to lift the way that he does, as well as to be able to come out and do an event like the Battleground and perform fairly well. And I think the surprising aspect of that is the fact that Matt took fourth yesterday in the Criterium race, and he took second today in the Battleground event, which both of these are just insane endurance workouts. And the fact that he was able to just put in that much work and just endure and suffer through these workouts, I think that's just a testament to just how solid Matt Fraser's training is in regards to improving and working on his weaknesses. As far as the women's heat for the Battleground event, we see some similar faces on the leaderboard, with Laura Horvath in first, as well as Kristen Holt in second, and Katrin Davidsdottir in third. And it's kind of cool to see the fact that Laura and Kristen have been dominating this leaderboard to be able to pull out two first and second place events. Yesterday in Criterium, which was the first workout for day one, Kristen took first and Laura took second. And then today, with the first workout of the day, Laura takes first and Kristen takes second. So it's cool to see just kind of how some athletes kind of just dominate the leaderboard. It's kind of like seeing Matt take over the leaderboard. But just again, kudos to these ladies to be able to come out swinging and just dominate this leaderboard in this way. I think another cool thing that we saw today is the fact that Amy Thorisdottir is still killing it in the CrossFit Games. No, she's not in the top 5, but she still is finishing in the top 10, and that's saying a lot with how many years she's been competing and just the new athletes that are coming in that are really trying to make a statement for themselves. The fact that she, as an OG Games veteran, is still holding her ground is pretty impressive. She's always been one of my favorite CrossFit Games athletes, so it's cool to see her hold her own in this event. And speaking of CrossFit Games OG athletes, we have Emily Bridgers, who ends up ending her career a little too early in this event. She originally stated that she was going to be retiring after this year's CrossFit Games, but this event resulted in her landing on her ankle as she dropped from the cargo net climb, and she ended up landing on her ankle. no bones were broken, but it is believed that she might have torn some ligaments. And for her, it was just the writings on the wall. So she's obviously going to be withdrawing from this event, which it's sad to see her go so early, especially when she had a whole few more days to spend time competing and to really experience and embrace her last CrossFit Games event. Hopefully, maybe down the road, we'll see her in some Masters events. Who knows? But unfortunately, this is the end for her. So hopefully she will be able to recover and she'll be able to get back to doing what she loves. And apparently she wants to be focusing on her family as well as her gym that she owns, which you can't really knock that. Somebody wanting to focus on the more important things in life. Again, as I said, this workout really wasn't one of my favorite workouts so far in the last few days for the CrossFit Games, but it was definitely a test of endurance and just all out grit. And just drive in terms of being able to perform the work in the time cap, which was, I believe, was only 12 minutes. It was a lot of work that needed to be done, a lot of ground to be covered. So whether or not any of these athletes made it in the top 3, the top 5, the top 10, you guys just did a really great job. I don't know what you guys think. Let me know in the comments below. What was your favorite moment in event 6 of the CrossFit Games? Let me know in the comments below, and let's move on to the rest of the news of the day. And as far as the second event for the day, event 7, it was the clean and jerk speed ladder. As far as the men goes, we had Cole Sager, who took first, Jared Enderton, who took second, and Lucas Horberg, who took third. Now, this was an event that I was really hoping that Jared Enderton would take. Jared Enderton being a former Olympic weightlifter. You can hear him on actually some of the Weightlifting Talk podcast episodes with John North. Really great guy. It's just really cool to see him transition from a sport like weightlifting, which it is explosive, but it's not very endurance or cardio dependent. And to see him make this transition to being somebody who is a very dominant athlete has been pretty cool. Now, another face that I would have assumed that would have done fairly well in this workout, and that was Matt Fraser. Matt Fraser also has a big, long background in Olympic weightlifting, and he didn't do as well as I thought or as well as I would hoped, but he definitely came out swinging. Again, it really doesn't even matter because he's been so consistent in the events that I'm sure he's probably most likely going to end up in the top 5, top 3, if not top 1 at the end of the CrossFit Games. As far as the standings for the men, we had Nick, your anchor, who took first, Jared Enderton, who took second, and Tim Paulson, who took third. Now, this was a workout that I was really stoked on seeing. I was really stoked on seeing Jared Enderton just come out swinging. I was really hoping that this would be an event that he would take first in because of his extensive background in weightlifting, but Nick Urinker was definitely able to come out swinging as well. He's been putting in a lot of work. I don't know if any of you guys follow him on IG, but Nick Urinker is a beast, so just kudos to him. Congratulations to him for taking first. Matt Fraser, he's a guy that I was also hoping would do fairly well in this workout because it was kind of catered to his background, but he didn't really end up doing as well as I had thought or hoped. Matt actually ended up placing 7th, which, it is what it is. He's not really pushing to, maybe make first in every single workout as long as he's consistent, which he has been. He's been placing in the top 10, the top 5. He is a few points or positions lower than he most likely should be, but overall he's still placing in the top 3, so that's really all that matters for him in the coming days of the CrossFit Games. Another interesting component to today's clean and jerk speed ladder that took place, Ben Smith actually got outlifted in today's workout. It was interesting because He got to, I believe it was the second to last set of clean and jerks, and he was pretty much going to be time capped, and so he just decided that he wasn't going to take the lift, which is interesting coming from a guy who was a former CrossFit Games champion. But at the same time, you know, we each all have our different best events types, and this may not necessarily be a crazy event type for him that he would expect to take first. He's definitely a generalist. I don't really see him excelling in one particular event, but I honestly don't think he's going to be taking first or in the top 3 or in the top 5 for this weekend. I just don't see him coming back to top the charts. But again, who knows? We still have 2 more days, today and tomorrow, for the CrossFit Games, so things could definitely change. As far as the clean and jerk ladder for the women, we had Amanda Barnhart, who took first. We had Tia Claire Toomey, who took second. Cara Saunders, who took third. This was a workout, again, that it was you just do the work. For these women, they came out swinging. They did a great job. Annie Thorsdottir also came out swinging and did a great job, placing 4th. I did not expect her to do that whatsoever, but again, as I said previously, it's really cool to see her coming out swinging and just dominating in her own way these events. She's actually had all top 10 finishes, so that really puts her in a good standing for the end of the weekend. I think this is also a really good opportunity or a really good outlook for Cara Sanders, second fittest woman in the world. She did a phenomenal job in this event, placing 3rd. I think this is definitely an area she needs to make up some more points on if she does intend to make it in the top 5 at the end of the weekend. But again, as I said before, we still have quite a few more events this weekend, so things could definitely change. Sarah Sigmundsdottir actually placed very well in this event as well, especially given the fact that she hasn't broken the top 10 bracket the past couple days. She actually placed 6th in this workout, which really looks good for her to really get some numbers on the board in regards to being able to try to make an attempt for the podium. Now, I think probably the hardest workout of today was the Fibonacci workout, which included handstand push-ups, kettlebell deadlifts, as well as overhead kettlebell walking lunges. And I think this workout was just crushing people's shoulders. It was definitely a very difficult workout. It was a workout that if you just did not have the shoulder strength, you were going to be struggling on this workout, especially with the deficit handstand push-up, parallel push-ups. In terms of standings, without hesitation, without surprise, Matt Fraser takes first, Noah Olson takes second, and again, Logan Collin takes third, who previously won the 30 muscle ups for time workout, which is really impressive, really cool to see, because I don't think he's ever won an event before, at least from my knowledge. You can let me know down in the comments below if that's the case, but it's really surprising to see how consistent Matt Fraser is with all of these workouts. He's definitely become a lot more of a generalist. He's definitely, you can't call him a weightlifter. He's the definition of a CrossFit, the definition of a competitive CrossFitter. Another interesting name that gets on the board is Patrick Vellner, but we're not really going to talk about him because he's from Canada, and we don't really mess with those Canada guys.
I'm Thomas, and I do hate Canada.
Another interesting face to see on the board is Scott Panchik, who's been another CrossFit Games veteran, and it's cool to see him competing for as long as he has. I'm surprised he still has an interest in competing. I wouldn't be surprised within the next year if he does quit, but the cool thing about that is he does get to compete with his brother, Saxon Panchik, who's also a very great athlete. He's a little bit more of a newer guy, but he's still coming out swinging, still giving out his best, which is cool to see when you got these families that are coming out and competing. And it's more than just competition. It's really about getting together. It's about the community, and it's about families pushing each other to grow and not just the individual. And previously we saw that Jared Enderton took second and Nick Rienker took first, But in this workout, this was actually probably a little bit more of a poor performance that came out of them, with Jared Anderton taking 16th place and Nick Uranker taking 21st, both of whom were time capped. Cole Sager, who previously took first in the battleground, actually took 22nd in this workout, he was actually also time capped in this workout as well. And to round out this workout standings, as far as the women go, we had Tia Claire Toomey, who took first, Laura Horvath, who took second, Amy Thorsdottir, who took third, which I'm super stoked on. Amy, again, as I said, she's an OG Games veteran. She just kills it. She's always smiling, always happy. It's awesome to see somebody who was one of the original Games athletes still killing it, and still putting up numbers on the board. It's just a testament to how awesome and how much CrossFit impacts somebody's life, that maybe whether or not they don't train as much, like you look at a guy like Chris Spieler, who even though he doesn't train as much, maybe he trains an hour a day, he can still qualify for events like regionals and the open. And Amy Thorsdottir, who I'm sure doesn't train as much as she used to, but still can qualify for regionals and the games and still make a run for the podium. Christian Holt, who previously placed in the top 3 in previous workouts, actually placed 7th in this workout. And Laura Horvath, again, she continues to make a presence on the leaderboard, being in the top 3. Who knows, with all these different top 3, top 5, we'll say top 5 place finishes, she really does make a case that she could potentially take the podium at this year's games, but who knows. Again, as I mentioned previously, let me know in the comments below, what did you think about this workout? What did you like about it? What didn't you like about it? If you could program for the games, what would you program in a workout to see who would be the top athlete, both male and female? Guys, that's going to be it for today's video. I'm going to keep it short, simple, and sweet. If you liked this update video, let me know in the comments below. Also, let me know in the comments below what kind of content you guys would like to see from me as far as moving forward. Do you guys like these quick little updates? Do you guys want things to be a little bit more in-depth? Do you guys like reviews? Let me know in the comments below after you smash that like button and that subscribe button, because that lets me know either you like the content or you don't. Also, guys, if you guys are looking for more behind the scenes content, make sure to go check out my buddy John Connie's YouTube channel. He is a filmer for Rock Tape. He's doing daily vlogs throughout the week. He actually always does daily vlogs, but he's out at Madison helping the Rock Tape guys out. He's going to be putting out some videos for them, as well as doing some behind the scenes stuff. So if you're looking to get more content and more entertainment that is centered around the CrossFit Games, make sure to check out his channel. I'll leave a link to that down below. As I end every single video, may your barbells be heavy and your coffee be black. This is David. I'll catch you guys in the next video. Peace.